I am on my favorite catfish fishery here in Minnesota, and I have got right over there a float suspending shrimp. Yes, shrimp. I've learned that this is going to be probably my favorite catfish bait. It keeps all the little fish away and only the big cats like it. So I'm doing that right over there. I'm hoping that we're going to have a great evening of catfishing. We'll see. It's fall. It's getting chilly, but I'm hopeful. Let's get loaded. Oh, yes. We have hooked up with a catfish. Oh boy. Let's see here. Yeah, so I've been floating around here and I've got to get my trolling motor all set up here, but I've been floating around trying to hook up with a channel cat, and this is a pretty good one here. God, I'm all kinds of discombobulated. I've been using a float and kind of float with a shrimp underneath it, and I've been trying to fish, faster, almost like I'm fishing in the summertime, which I've just discovered is a mistake because I haven't been letting that shrimp stay out there too long enough. I've been making too many casts with it, and the water temperature is only 55 degrees, and so you really got to slow down. And I've been fishing too fast. I've been trying to set up an anchor. It's just been, the wind's been too much. It's been difficult. Golly, I'm so jacked up right now. The wind's been, I just haven't been able to keep steady enough with the trolling motor. So I was getting ready to set an anchor down. Come here, buddy. This is a nice channel cat. And working on that, and my bobber went down. So you really got to soak in an area much longer. I've learned 55 degree water temperature. We're not in the 70s anymore, but with that being said, this is a beautiful, beautiful channel cat. All right. I'm glad I fished this same area in the summertime, and it's got good channels in it. That is just a beautiful, beautiful channel cat. Let's get a better, let's put you on this side. And he's talking to me. He's talking to me. Yeah, that is more like it. Beautiful, just beautiful bodied. The channel cats in this system have just gotten much bigger and a lot more of this quality. That's a beautiful, beautiful channel cat anywhere. So we'll let him go, and we'll get back to it. I've just been trying to control the boat with the trolling motor and pitch this float around. There's just some remaining weeds here. It looks like it's coontail. It's a mixture of coontail and milfoil through here, and I'm fishing the outside of it, and I've just been picking it off too quickly. I gotta really soak this float and this shrimp a lot longer, and yeah, lesson learned. But I have learned the lesson, and I'm gonna anchor and just really slow down here. All right, well, there's my alarm on my phone that I set. I've been setting it for 15 minutes. It's definitely tough out here right now. And I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's 54.8 water temperature. 54, let's just call it 55. And I've been seeing, I'm going to take this bobber off. I've been soaking that thing down this area here for long enough, and I'm going to just take that bobber off. I've been seeing some fish in this kind of, out away from the bank in about 6 feet of water. All I'm going to do, I'm going to put on a new fresh piece of bait, and I'll kind of just show you what I'm doing here. Let's grab this. Get some shrimp skewers out here. And these aren't the jumbo shrimp. You don't want the jumbo shrimp. I would say this is small to medium sized shrimp. And so what I do, I'm using a 2/0 Kale hook here. And for these medium sized to small shrimp, I guess let's call these medium sized shrimp. This Kale hook is perfect, and I'll show you what I mean. Take it off the skewer. I just get those at the local, get these shrimp at the local grocery store. So what I do, it's really kind of nice with these Kale hooks. Again, this is a 2/0. I go in like that. Hopefully you can see that. And I thread that shrimp all the way through, and that Kale hook has a bend that's just very similar to how the shrimp is bending. I take that tail off. All right. And there you have it. It's just perfect. Perfect for a 2/0 Kale hook. And what we're going to do now is I'm just going to do a Hail Mary. These fish are obviously not as active as they were in the summertime, and we are deep in the fall. So this bite is, I got this. I was just hoping this thing was still happening, but I think we're too far into the fall for them to be that active. So I'm just gonna, essentially just let this sink to the bottom. I don't have a bobber on here anymore, and I'm seeing some activity, on the bottom of that, looks like we're basically at 6 feet right here, and I've been seeing some surface activity, and one of them looked like a catfish. So we're Hail Marying it, man, and hoping for the best. Got one. Oh, yes. Oh, I got their number now. I have got their number now. Ah, boy. There's a bunch of them. Gee whiz. There's a bunch of them at this 5 to 6 foot depth. I've been seeing them on the graph, and I've been seeing them actually surface too, believe it or not. I've got this, presentation now on the bottom. And so there's a lot of catfish in this system. This is a good one. This is a good one. Hello, buddy. This is so much darn fun. I love this lake. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna stay out here a little bit longer. I do have some lights, and so we're just gonna be doing a little bit of night fishing here. It would appear this is a real big channel here. Oh gosh. Come here, buddy. Right into the net you go. Hello, hello. This is so much fun. Oh, it's even more fun when you finally figure out what the heck they're doing. As a multi-species guy, there's all kinds of different fish you gotta master with their handling here, but if that makes sense, bass. Oh my gosh, you've got it pretty good down there, buddy. Yeah, so you gotta, as a multi-species guy, you gotta learn how to how to handle all kinds of different fish. I mean, the channel catfish is a heck of a lot different than a largemouth when you're holding them, so I guess I need to cut myself a bit of a break. I think I can get this out of them here. Let's see, I can't. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this, buddy. It's gonna be, these hooks actually rust out. These are like eagle claw hooks, so they rust out pretty darn quick. There we go. All right, but let's get you back in the water. This is a real nice channel cat, though. Real nice channel cat. Very long, dude, but that is so much fun. Oh goodness, let's get him back in the water. All right, buddy. And he is good to go. That hook will rust out in no time. I think, you know, I got to do this a little bit longer. I do have some lights. I've got a headlamp on. The stupid thing that I did, though, is I actually forgot the keys to this motor. Luckily, this is a little lake, and the ramp is right over there, so I'm just going to trolling motor it back, but I do want to fish a little bit longer. I think we figured them out. All right, so I'm all re-rigged here. New piece of shrimp on here, and it is pretty much dark. So here we go, got a light out, obviously, and got a headlamp. So we're good for night fishing, and I'm gonna set my alarm for 15 minutes. I think that's a good, you know, a good time to let a bait sink, or, you know, set. You know, as the year goes on, if it gets, you know, as it gets colder, I mean, I really don't know how long, what the ideal time to set a bait, just let it sit, you know, what that is. But right now, as we've gotten, you know, in the summertime, it's like I'm letting that bait sit for like 10 minutes. Now it's like, okay, I'm pushing it 15. Maybe the right answer is 20, 30 minutes. Let's just try 15 and we'll go from there. So here we go. Hey Siri, set my alarm for 15 minutes.
I set your alarm for 7:20 p.m.
Now we wait. Didn't bite. Got him. Got him. I really want to get a good hook into this guy. All right, come on, buddy. All right. Boy, this is so much fun. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come on in. Oh my goodness, catching channel cats at night. Oh my Lord. We are nearly, I mean, I guess it's still technically middle October. We're getting into kind of the end of October here, and this guy does not want to open up. There you go, buddy. Oh my gosh, is that fun? That is really fun. And yeah, so I'm setting my timer on my phone for 15 minutes, and that's about right. That's about right. 55-degree water temp. Let me see if I can get a better angle on you here, buddy. Yeah, so I'll kind of go into my setup here. This guy wasn't gonna ever come off. Wasn't ever gonna come off. But yeah, it's taken about, you know, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes for him to find. Oh my gosh, and does this guy ever have some power in his jaws? But yeah, so that's see if I can. It's a nice channel cat. Good one there. Yeah, so my setup, let's let this guy go over here. There you go, buddy. Hasta la vista. Yeah, so my setup is, You know, I'm using a bass rod. This is the rod I use for smallmouth on the Mississippi River all the time. So it's a medium action rod. This is a 2500 Stratic, just a basic, you know, like your 7 foot, you know, bottom bouncing. Like when I say bottom bouncing, I'm not talking walleyes. I'm just talking like what you'd use for a bass rod, you know, jigging on the bottom. This is what I use for tubes all the time. And my alarm just went off at 15 minutes. So, but yeah, so I'm this 7 foot rod, medium action. I'm using 10-pound Berkley Trilene XT clear. That clear line, believe it or not, you can actually see it on the surface of the water. Clear blue might have even been a better line just to be able to see it, you know, in the daylight. And even if you're using black lights, clear blue, that line you can actually really lights up. So, but I like clear a lot. It's a little bit more versatile. But the biggest thing is that Trilene XT. I don't like the Trilene XL. I just like the abrasion resistance more with that Trilene XT. That 10-pound, I'm usually using 8-pound on this for smallmouth. Moved it up to 10-pound for these bigger channel cats. And you got a lot of like milfoil and other vegetation in here, coontail, that you really got to power those catfish through. So much heavier, you know, setup than I've used in the past. You know, I've been out here with medium light gear in 6-pound tests. That's not what you want to be using. This is more of what you want to be using for this size of channel cat. So medium action rod, 2500 size spinning reel, 10-pound test is a good line. It's good and manageable on a spinning reel. Trilene XT mono. I love Trilene XT. So, you know, that bigger monofilament, that's gonna really help you out for getting these bigger, you know, channel catfish to the boat. Well, there is my alarm on my phone. So that means we are done for the night. But wow, I was not expecting to go night fishing today, but I'm fine doing it. I love night fishing. You know, it was just one of those deals where I kind of got on this thing a little bit later than I thought I would. I was fishing too fast, slowed down, and started picking them off, and then really, you know, seeing them out a little bit deeper. I think more of the fish are kind of moving out into deeper water as opposed to in the summer when they're shallower. So that 5 to 6 foot zone seemed to be more of where they're at. But this has been a lot of fun. I mean, it's, you know, mid-October, getting close to the end of October, and catching nice channel cats. The other thing too, you know, that 15 minutes, just waiting, you know, that timer, setting that for 15 minutes seemed to be a pretty good time. As the water temperature gets colder, I imagine you'd want to just keep on extending that. But that's always just kind of a, you know, you want to be efficient with your time on the water. So, you know, when you're using bait, you could be making a cast, and when you make a cast, you could lose the bait, and you could have that and not realize it, and have that, you know, have that sitting out there, not even have any bait on it. And if you're just waiting for so long, that's just wasted time. So, you know, figuring out like that time period where, you know, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes where you should be retrieving, you know, reeling back in, checking your bait, make sure you got bait on there, and making another presentation, while at the same time, you know, giving the catfish time to get to it. Finding that balance is really, really important for catfishing. I really believe that. So tonight, it seemed like that 15-minute mark was the deal. So I was getting most of my bites within that 15-minute mark. So fun time. If you enjoyed the video, please, this does wonders for the algorithm. Please like the video, share it, and if you haven't already, follow and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a lot of fun.